Okay, good morning and welcome everyone. I'm excited for today. Excited to see everyone. We are gonna grab a strap today, a yoga strap or belt or anything that you have. Um, and work with the legs, work with the groins. Grab mine. So anything you have. And let's take a seat. If you have any height, that's perfect. Whether it's bolster, blanket, cushion, anything. Get that spine supported. Sipping on some tea this morning. Okay, so let's go into just a simple cross-legged and lift our hearts, make some space, say good morning to the day. Right, I always think of the heart as like the altar. So go ahead and spread across the heart. And see if you can get that lift, that 60-degree angle upwards and forwards. And the palms can be facing up. Good. Now let's go ahead and roll those top shoulders down the back. Yeah. And keep going with that front body lifting up. Armpit, chest lifting up. Then go ahead and draw your front ribs towards the back wall. Beautiful. Strong spine, strong mind. Just go ahead and get that blood flow, that circulation going, that strength going in your spine. And again, as we get that blood flow and that circulation, that strength, we're also going to be nourishing our brain. So go ahead and bring those hands up, palms facing each other. Great. And extend through your ring fingers. Extend through your pinky fingers. See if you can get an external rotation of your upper arm. Ribs back, heart lifted. And find that foundation of your sit bones. See if you can make contact with what you're sitting on. Keep rolling those shoulders down your back, making more length in your neck, space in your neck, which feels so good. Great. And then release from the outside edges of your shoulders all the way to your fingertips. Shoulders down and back. And really extend through those fingertips so that we can start to engage the muscle to the bone. Lengthen the arms, engage the arms, activate and tone. Really look for, find that contraction of that muscle to the bone. Inhale to the top of your breath and pause. Exhale. Pause at the bottom of your breath. And inhale across the right arm on top of the left arm. And wherever you're at, if you can cross at the wrists, go for it. If not, no worries. And reach those elbows away from your face. Make space behind your heart, between your shoulders. And again, deep inhalation. Inhale to the top of your breath and hold. Exhale to the bottom of your breath and hold. And again, inhale to the top of your breath and hold. Exhale to the bottom of your breath and hold. And then release, change the crossings of your arms, left arm on top. Reach those elbows away from your face, make that space. Those shoulders are warming up. Inhale to the top of your breath and hold. Exhale to the bottom of your breath and hold. Inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Last one, inhale, hold. Exhale, hold. Good. Arms down, relax. Oh yeah, warming those shoulders. And then lift that heart again, that sternum up and forward at a 60-degree angle. Roll those top shoulders down the back. Lengthen through the back of your neck. Extend out the top center of your head. And soften your face. Soften any tension in the face. And let the face be parallel with the wall in front of you. So chin down for some of us. There we go, perfect. Yeah, forehead and chin in alignment. Great, arms out to the sides. Extend that wingspan. Reach through those fingertips. Literally imagine that you're flying or that you have wings. Or imagine an eagle flying. It'll be so fun. Reach, extend that wingspan. Reach through your fingertips, which would be your feathers. And then palms facing up. Yeah, rolling those shoulders back. Draw those ribs back behind you. Good. And again, reach and extend so much through your arms that you're beginning to engage the muscle to the bone. Contracting the upper arm muscles. Beautiful. And inhale, arms up overhead. Inhale to the top of your breath and hold. Exhale to the bottom of your breath and hold. Normal breathing. And exhale the arms down. Okay, great. Yay, so let's work on the pelvis a little bit. So we're just gonna do the bottom of your feet together. Get those feet aligned. See if you can open up the top of your feet like a book.
My ankles hurt quite a bit on the left side today.
Mm-hmm. Is it a sharp pain?
Yeah, it is. So
Mm.
let's see if I can cushion it somehow.
Okay, absolutely. And if it persists, we'll switch it up, okay? But yeah, see if you can get that extra support. And just let us know, okay, Paulina?
Thank you.
Okay, and then we're gonna move the tissue, move the skin to get on the inside edge of our sit bones. We wanna find the bone. So we gotta move all the muscle, all the tissue. Good. Now we're on the front of our pelvis and the front of our spine. And And just allow us to open up here. This is so good for all of your internal organs, reproductive organs, digestive organs. And just allow that natural opening. And go ahead and just soften in through the pelvis, soften in through the belly. Good. And then imagine that from your inside groin is releasing towards your inner knee. So draw that line with your imagination. And one way to find it is by pressing your feet together, which will start to tone the hips. So release from the inner groin to the inner knee. And then release from the inner knee to the outer knee. And the outer knee to the hip. And really tone in through those hips. So while the groins are softening, the hips are gripping, strengthening, toning. And see if you can activate the right glute and the left glute the same. Good, yeah. This is one of my favorite hip toning exercises. Paulina, how are your ankles doing? Okay, cool, great. Okay, so keep toning. And this is also going to work on our sacrum, which can have a tendency to go out. So we really want to tone across that sacral band. And then tailbone, coccyx is drawing straight down towards the floor. Yeah. And then these inner groins are also releasing straight down towards the floor. And rolling towards the floor. And go ahead and good morning, welcome. Yay, good to see you. Yay. So go ahead and keep pressing those feet together. And keep toning in the right hip, the right glute, the left glute. And again, take a nice deep inhalation and pause at the top of your breath. So fill from your belly to the top of your head. Fill your chest. Hold. And then exhale. Normal breathing. And this time we're going to work on really filling our lungs. So there's the lower lung, there's our mid lung, and there's our upper lung all the way to the top of our shoulder. So as on your next inhalation, first fill the lower rib cage. Inhale 1, 2. And then your mid rib cage, inhale 1, 2. And then your upper rib cage up to your shoulders. Inhale 1, 2. Hold and exhale. Normal breathing. And let's try that again. Lower rib cage, inhale 1, 2. Middle, inhale 1, 2. Upper, inhale 1, 2. Hold. And normal breathing. Good. This time we're going to work on the exhalation. So once we have a complete inhalation, we're going to work from the top of the chest. Exhale 1, 2. Exhale mid chest. exhale, lower rib cage. So inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale, 1, 2. Exhale, 1, 2, middle. Exhale, 1, 2, lower. Normal breathing. And come back to that awareness of your hips. They're toning. And let's work on that exhalation again. Inhale, inhale to the top of your breath. Exhale, top, 1, 2. Middle, 1, 2. Lower, 1, 2. And normal breathing. Good. Yay. Okay, so we got this pelvis open. Yes, we do. So we're gonna use our hands. Imagine that you can't use your legs, you can't grip your groins. You're just gonna use your hands. Pretend like your legs are asleep. And you're just using your hands to bring them together. Good job. Okay, good dissection. So we opened up that pelvis. Now we're on our sit bones, we're on our ankles. So those feet can be together or hips width apart, whatever's feeling good for you today. Since I got my belly, I'm gonna go wide. Yes. Okay. So yeah, whatever's feeling good to you today, wide or together. And then hugging in. Good. And then just get that equal weight on your pelvis. Can you feel your left sit bone? Can you feel your right sit bone? Can you reach through your sit bones like a tree growing roots? And can you reach through them at the same rate, at the same pressure? Good. Great. Okay, now let's have everyone go wide. This is Malasana. Take those feet wide, take those hips wide. I am sitting on a bolster, so that's really helping. Definitely sit on something if you need. You can always put something under your heels as well. Good. And now we're going to work on the toes. I know last week we had a big emphasis on the feet. So spread your toes wide. Yeah. And then see if you can get your feet parallel to each other like they're on train tracks. There you go. Yes. And press through the mounds of your big toes. Yep. Press through your inner heels. And that's going to start toning in through your hips in a new way. And then press the center outer edge of your foot. I see that focus. Say what? Okay, good. So we're pressing the center outer edge of the foot. We're going to do 3 points on the feet. We're pressing the mound of our big toes. And we're pressing our inner heel, right where that inner heel meets your arch. Let's see if we can find it. Takes a lot of concentration. Inner heel, mound of big toe, center outer edge of your foot. And the feet might start to get tired at this point because you're spreading them wide, you're expanding, you're reaching through. You're extending through those toe tips. But again, the more we can tone our feet, the more that we're gonna work on our arches, our knees, our hips, everything else. Good, just a couple more breaths here. Getting deeper into that pelvis. This is an amazing pose for your whole digestive system. So it's gonna start, yeah, supporting and toning the bowels, the liver, gallbladder. Good. And last couple breaths, find that pressure in your feet, mound of your big toes, inner heels, outer edge of your feet. And you kind of want your feet to start to get fatigued at this point because you're working on. Good. Come on up, come on out. You can slide off of your pillow or your bolster. And we are going to take the legs wide. Good. And hopefully we set the stage a little bit for your pelvis, getting it more level with all that prep work. Good. And then you can slide forward just a millimeter more, which is gonna intensify the stretch. And ultimately, we're just looking to get a more obtuse angle, a wider angle, more opening. And in Chinese medicine, acupuncture, there's a whole meridian on this inner leg, inner groin, inner pelvis, all the way down. That's a really important meridian channel. So this is one of my favorite poses to stimulate that and activate and open up that whole communication line. And I'm sure a lot of us are feeling it. Who's feeling it? And then if you're not really feeling that, I invite you to push yourself slightly forward and get a little bit more opening. Great. And this one also starts to work on the fascia of the legs. So the tissue that is holding everything in place. So we're starting to liquefy that a bit, make it less like concrete, more malleable, which is going to bring more circulation all through here, which is important. So go ahead and imagine that you're drawing the outer edges of your knees towards the floor. And then imagine that you're drawing your inner groins towards the floor. Yep. Again, we're always working with those two opposing actions. So outer edges of the knees towards the floor. Inner groin towards the floor. And next we're going to work on sealing underneath our legs. So if I had a flashlight and I was shining it, I wouldn't want to see any light shining through. So we want to close the gaps behind the knees, under the ankles, yeah, behind the thighs. And kind of create that like vacuum seal underneath your legs. . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . . And see if you can get that equal pressure of your legs. Toes are actually reaching back towards you. So feet are straight up and down. Pressing through the mounds of the big toes. And we want to extend through that Achilles heel. So behind the arch of your foot, really lengthen. And keep drawing your toes towards your face. Yes, yes, there you go. Exactly. Toes wide, toes towards your face. Outer knees down. Pull back of the leg down. And now we're going to really start strengthening and toning in this one. So imagine that you're applying as much pressure as possible through your legs, like you were busting through the floor. Find that toning. Good. You can always use your hands behind you, get that lift. Keep that pressure of your legs, and your legs are engaged. So the muscle of the knees, the kneecap, the skin is lifting up towards your hip. Mhm. And find that length in your spine and your belly. Spread the sit bones wide. Go ahead and reach through your sit bones. And just see if you can get into your center pelvis today. And slowly find your bend forward as you find that length in your spine. Yeah. Good. And exhale. Come up. Again, we're gonna pretend like we can't use our legs, they're asleep. Grab the inside edge of your knees with your hands. Bring your feet together. Bring the right leg up. Left leg can slip you out. Good. And we're gonna, yeah.
Just gonna say, I feel it in my back. I don't know if that's like I'm feeling it right here when we're trying to. So I don't know if I'm arching because I'm not looking at myself, but if you can be observant if I am doing that because I'm feeling it in my back today.
Oh yeah, is it an aching, grueling?
Yeah, it's like I can feel I'm engaging something.
Yeah, that's good. We want that aching and that grueling, as uncomfortable as that is. So, and yes, keep extending through it, lengthening through it.
Thank you.
Good question. Okay, so this left leg, we're gonna get an internal rotation. So take the tissue, the skin, the muscle, roll it. Keep rolling it, roll it again. Roll that upper groin. Yeah, we're re-adhering that tissue, that muscle to the bone. And then we're moving again the glute tissue out of the way. And then we're gonna roll as if our belly button was aligning with our center knee. So get a gentle twist. And spread your toes, spread your toe tips wide. And again, with this straight leg, with this left leg, see if you can bust through the floor. Yeah, extend like you're breaking through the floor. It's going to bring so much more length into your leg, into your joints. And you can dissect your leg, so busting through the floor on the upper thigh, center thigh, knee, shin bone, heel. Good. And we just have that gentle twist going. And again, if you're still feeling it in your back, Paulina, keep lengthening and extending, getting taller, longer. And the more that we are able to lengthen and find that height and reach out the top center of the head, everything starts to move towards the spine, towards the center, activating it and strengthening it. Keep that pressure, that foundation of your leg. Good. Exhale, come on out. Other leg out. Again, use your hand to bend that knee. And we're going to remold and resculpt that right leg now. So roll that outer hip towards the inner thigh. Get that inner groin to the floor. Also move the glutes. Just keep going with that entwining. It's a re-education of our leg, an unlearning and a relearning. And then go ahead and start to gently twist towards your center kneecap. Good. And now we're going to activate this leg. So press the upper thigh towards the floor. Center thigh towards the floor, knee towards the floor. Achilles. Good. Just see if you can find that activation of this right leg. So can you tone the muscle to the bone? Keep pressing that leg, busting it through the floor. And belly button twisting towards the knee. Good. And then keep engaging the front of the thigh to the back of the thigh. Great. Exhale, come on out, bring that leg up. Use your hands. And this next one, we're gonna take our knees wide. Is everyone able to sit on your knees? If not, we can make adjustments. All right. So this is one of my favorites for internal feedback. Of figuring out, where am I at today? How's my body doing? And so we're gonna lay all the way forward, like such. I can demonstrate from the side too. But those knees are wide today. And then our forehead, forehead is on the floor. And see if you can get that center forehead on the floor. Walk your hands away from you. And then just tune into the balance of your body. So can you get equal pressure on your forehead? Yeah, you can stay in it. Can you get equal pressure on your hands? You can get equal pressure on your knees. Good. This is called child's pose. Take a few more breaths here. And gently come on up. And that one is so good for balancing the brain. So if you're ever feeling like in your thinking mind, you're overthinking, you're over analyzing, go into that pose and it just starts to balance out the brain, quiet that thinking mind. And staying in that one for like a 10-minute timing, you start to get into a deep restoration of the body, the nervous system, the brain. So I do encourage those longer timings on that one. Okay, coming on out.
Coach Rita,
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, I wasn't able to do it exactly the way you did. So my modification, do you see how I'm seated? That's what I did.
Yes. I love that. That's perfect.
Yeah, that's what I did. How I'm seated now with just, I don't know what you call that. Both feet, both legs behind your back.
Yes, exactly. And with that, we just want to make sure that are your toes straight back behind you?
Yes.
Perfect. So that's what we want. We want the toes straight back.
Okay.
And then we can open the legs and that will just give us space.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, beautiful. And you can always add, I love how you added the pillow to bring that floor up to us. That's the way. Okay, so now we are gonna grab our straps. Or our bands or our belts. Or our jump rope, whatever we got. And we're gonna come lying on our back. I'm gonna go ahead and move everything out of the way so you have space. Okay. And we are gonna just put this strap over our feet, over those mounds of the big toes. Draw those legs straight up. And I like to wrap the strap around my hands, it just makes it easier. Good. Okay, so let me know any questions that come up. But this one is really, really good for the sacrum. So arms are straight, and that way you're not gripping, muscling through it. Just let the arms be straight. We have that external rotation of our arms. And then imagine that your feet are walking on the ceiling. So you're pressing through the mounds of your feet, the mounds of your big toes, you're reaching through those inner heels. And here we're learning to let the belly soften. So right, the tendency may be to grip. See if you can soften the belly, relax the belly. Because those are our dominant muscles. And we're gonna find the muscles that we don't normally use, the inner spine muscles. But first, we gotta soften the abdomen. And go ahead and soften your face, your throat. Keep softening that belly. And now you're gonna release that left leg down to the floor. Right leg stays up. Yep. Yep. And if you can, straighten that left leg. And eventually, what we're aiming for, I'll say, is closing that gap underneath that left thigh. So try and close the gap between the back of your left thigh and the floor. And imagine that you have a 50-pound weight on that center of your left thigh. And it is drawing down, down, down towards the floor. And that one is a strong action. So that left leg is getting stronger, it's getting longer. You're pressing through your left foot as if you were walking on the wall. And exhale, you're gonna bring that left foot back up to meet the right. And now we're gonna take that right foot down, lengthen that right leg. Imagine that that right foot is walking on the wall, straight up and down. And again, the belly is soft. But now we're gonna find the strength of the right glute, the right leg. So again, try and close the gap between the back of the right leg and the floor. Extend through both legs longer. And imagine that you have a 50-pound weight on that right leg. And it keeps drawing closer and closer to the floor. And keep reaching, pressing through the mounds of your big toes. Extend your toes wide. Close any gaps or spaces under that right leg. Keep drawing it towards the floor. Lengthening your legs longer. Smooth breathing. And then again, we're going to draw that right leg up. Meet the left. And we're going to release the inner groin away from the face towards the back of the thigh. Release the outer hips towards the front of the thigh. And get your weight, your feet in your center. Soften the belly. And then go ahead and bend the knees. You can set your strap to the side and then just go ahead and straighten the legs, palms facing up. This is our active surrendering time. So you put in the work. Now it's time to let go. Release, surrender. Really feel that support of the ground underneath you. Life is holding you, catching you. And let's begin to soften through every part of the body. So softening in through the hands, through the wrists, the shoulders, softening in the face, softening in the throat, the belly, soften across the legs, the knees, the ankles. And just feel your body melting like a stick of butter in the sunshine. Just let yourself melt it to the floor. Breathing through the nose. Release along your side temples. Softening around the eyes. Now let's learn how to soften at a deeper level, at the organ level. So softening it in your throat, in your thyroid. Softening in through your organs. And take a nice deep inhalation. Inhale to the top of your breath. And wiggle your fingers, wiggle your toes. Go ahead and roll on out to your side to come on up to seated. Great. So that was more of a restorative class today, right? Really working on the nervous system. So go ahead and bring your palms together. If that feels good to you, let your elbows relax towards the floor. Chin towards your heart. Give gratitude to someone, something today. Gratitude to life. Gratitude to this community. Okay, thanks for showing up. Thanks for being here. Appreciate you all.
This is awesome, as all the classes are. This is awesome. Thank you.
Pleasure. How's your nervous system feeling, or your brain feeling, or your body?
This is
Feeling
wonderful.
relaxed?
Oh, yeah. So
Oh,
much so.
yeah.
Remember when we were doing this?
Uh-huh.
I had my toes pointed, and my right foot was just shaking, 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 but my left foot wasn't. I'm just making that observation. And then you said point your toes up towards you, and then it stopped. But I just thought that was weird that my right one was just shaking and shaking, but my left one wasn't.
Yeah, isn't it wild? Yeah, and it's just working through the nervous system, through the body. I
Oh, wow.
know, oh, it's wild.
I heard I guess it's a spine. I was hearing it going click, click, click. And I'm like, okay. I felt like it was like a Lego situation. Something is clicking. I was trying to focus on when you were saying get the legs so that there's no space, no light can get through. When I was focusing on that, that's when the spine was like going click, click, click. It was weird hearing it. That's all that's why I'm chuckling. It was kind of funny.
That's awesome. So we activate the legs to activate the spine.
Yeah.
So good work getting in there.
Yeah.
Well, additionally, when we were doing that child's pose, I never, I don't know how long we were in it, but I've never been in a child's pose that long. And then I didn't hear anything. And at first I thought, oh, she's forgotten about us, but I knew that wasn't the case. And then I thought, oh, maybe my screen has frozen and I'm still in this pose. And I'm like, oh my gosh, should I look up? And then you said breathe a little bit or something. I was like, okay, thank God. Man, I had to, that was my opportunity to activate some perseverance. I'm like, come on, you can do it. I was encouraging myself, you can stay in it. You can. Rough.
Uh-huh. I had a
But
feeling that some people were
necessary.
like, is my screen frozen?
But it was so
I looked up.
necessary. Oh man.
I looked up I looked up because I was just concerned that maybe I was in the pose and everybody else is ahead.
See?
Mhm.
You're not
Not
alone,
alone.
Miss Karen.
Not alone. Thank you for letting me know I'm not alone. But was
Seeing-
that pose difficult for anybody? Okay.
And it's interesting because it's not like the first time I've ever done it, right? And it's been years since I've done yoga, years. But maybe because when I did those poses in a class, it was like right after more like a restorative movement from something else that we did, right? That was a little bit more aggressive or
Right.
what's the
Mhm.
right word?
Yeah.
But this one was like real long, and I'm like, I can't do child pose. That's what I'm saying to myself. You can't do this? Yes, you can. Then I got scared. I thought maybe I'm in it too long, so I better look up.
And that silence, we were sinking into that silence too. I was like, oh, I better talk because we're on that edge.
The Coach Rita, I found that because of your articulate direction, I love your directions. Like, I don't think I've ever done the child pose the way it should be done. I think that was the best way. Like, I've never done it that well. And like with the forehead to the ground and all of that. And I found it very grounding and 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 it's very spiritual. I loved being in that pose, and I actually welcomed being in it for a long time because because of your direction, I felt comfortable in it, and I don't think I've ever done it right before. So now I know how it's supposed to be really done.
Yay.
Me too.
That pose
Yes,
is
yes.
amazing. Like I love that pose.
I could just see how if you're like if you know if you got anxious or you're too many thoughts of how it could ground you and bring you back to center. So I look forward to trying to remember that and going into that pose if I need to, if I'm having a very hectic day or something. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, that's such a great takeaway. I love that. Phyllis, what's
Yeah.
on your mind?
Answer Karen's question for me, because I did the modification. I really couldn't do it with the knee, or I found it really difficult to do that. The pose that I was seated in, I know some persons find that difficult because I'm double jointed. So some things I can do easily, and then there's some things I can do. But sitting flat, whatever you call it, like sitting like this, I
Yeah.
can sit like this for hours, like
Awesome.
literally, yeah. And so doing it that way was really, really relaxing. I found it very relaxing for me. But I'm going to go over this, and I'm going to try to do it the way that you suggested. So I'll take my time with that this weekend and see if
Yeah.
I'm able to embrace it. But it was really a very relaxing, and like Andrea said, very grounding.
So
I,
good.
I see why they call it a child's pose.
Don't you? And
Yeah.
kids do naturally hang out in that pose, you know, and babies, and it completely like grounds you and puts that pressure on that center forehead. And just another modification is like really bringing the chair up to you, right? And just getting that forehead on it like this.
Oh.
That's another one, but again, just getting that pressure right here.
And why the pressure here, Coach? Like what? Obviously, there's a reason, right? That we're
There
pressing on.
is, and I don't know the full scientific reason behind it, but it does calm the brain, relax the brain, balance the brain, get you out of that thinking, getting you out of like that anxiousness.
So it's like our pressure.
I
That's like
feel like I feel like that. I mean, just knowing that that's the frontal lobe and that a lot of emotions are managed there, and just like maybe putting pressure onto it sort of makes it more focused, that you able to relieve that pressure. But I don't know the full scientific, but just knowing anatomically that that's the frontal lobe.
Right. Yeah, that's a good distinction. And often we'll do a lot of yoga specifically for the brain. And when the head is kicked back, we're thinking. When the head is forward, we can be like overly emotional, stuck in our emotions. When like the head is tilted, it activates one side of the brain more than the other. Like it gets really subtle and just that it starts to get you directly in your center, right? It starts to actually balance the lobes of the brain. Yeah. So I love it.
Just wanted to say, Sandy texted me and said she's sorry she had to miss today and that she's going to plan to do the replay, but she said hi to everybody.
Oh, hi, Sandy.
Mhm.
Yay, I love it, ladies. Thanks for being
Coach,
here.
sorry, Coach Rita, I just did the one with the chair. Now,
Yeah.
now that's a breeze. That is just absolutely amazing.
Isn't it?
It is, yeah. I mean, that's something that you could do like every day, like just kind of put your head down on the chair and just totally relax your body and your nervous system. Yeah, it
And
feels wonderful.
having that pressure also alleviates stress, like especially if you hold it in the neck. It's really
Yes.
good if you get headaches or migraines or anything like that. And just
Yeah.
have, you know, something soft, a blanket on it, so it's not hard. You're getting that softness.
And one more thing, I didn't address Sandy properly. She is my sweet earth angel, Sandy. Okay, that's what I should have said. A sweet earth angel, Sandy.
Sweet Earth Angel
And
Sandy.
you all are my earth angels. You all are my
We
earth.
understand. We understand.
Love you guys.
Love you all. Yay. And are you all open for a challenge this week?
Yes.
Yeah, because I sure did not continue. I said I was going to continue doing that last week. I didn't because it was not a challenge.
So I invite you to do a variation of the child's pose, whether it's with the chair or on the floor, and work up to those longer timings. So just let yourself be there. And even if you get to your edge of like, ooh, maybe I need to come out now, see if you can go a couple minutes longer.
That's a great challenge. Did I hear you say though 10 minutes
That's
earlier?
yes. Eventually, let's work up to 10 minutes, but we'll work up there. And that, like, I would just love for you all to experience that at some point, like total nervous system reset.
So Coach Rita, can we post it? Do you want us to post it too?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
Yeah.
Post the chat, yeah.
Yes, that'd be awesome. Please, yes, share it, post it, share how your progress is going. Absolutely.
Okay, beautiful.
Great. Love it. Yay. Great. Well, I'll see you ladies. Enjoy Saturday, enjoy the week, and
Well,
enjoy
baby mom,
you.
baby, you look good. You look good.
Thank you.
Long
Appreciate
weekend, guys too out there, because it's a long weekend in Canada. We have what we call Labor Day. So
We do too, Labor Day. Mhm.
Yep.
I
Yeah.
was confused by that because we don't usually share it on the same day, I didn't think, but it is both Canada and the States. Yeah.
Oh, okay. On Monday, right.
Monday. Yeah, Monday.
And Phyllis, you guys don't have anything because you're in the Bahamas, right?
Yeah, I think we do have Labor Day.
Oh, well, Coach doesn't know about it. We talked to him about it. And
Or
he
maybe we
doesn't-
had it earlier. Maybe we had it earlier. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
retired. I don't know. We do
You're
have Labor
retired.
Day though.
Labor Day.
We do have Labor Day. Maybe we had it already.
I don't know.
We'll find out.
I think we had it already.
I love it. Yes, enjoy the long weekend if you have it.
You too. Okay.
Yes.
Bye, Coach Rita. Love you.
Thank you, Coach
Bye,
Mommy.
Paulina.
Bye, Paulina.
Bye,
Andrea,
Andrea.
Phyllis.
Have a beautiful
Love you
weekend,
guys.
everyone.
Have a blessed
Saturday.
one. Thank you. Thank you. Thank
Bye.
you.